Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. I'm here with Josh Young from Voltron Power. We're actually on location at a big custom home that he's been working on for over a year.
That's right.
And I want to show you some of the electrical details on the finishes that are just incredible. So Josh, here we are in one of the bedrooms in the house.
Yep, this is the
What do
master.
we have up here? Tell me all about this.
We've got some 4-inch square LED recessed lights. They're low profile, they hug the ceiling, and this client prefers the brilliant white. Like most people like a soft white, this has a more industrial light to it, a bright, brilliant white. We've got also some backlit. The ceiling is actually a drop, so it hangs down from the main ceiling about a foot or so. And when you look at that, you can see, turn the recessed lights off, then you can see the backlit around the perimeter.
And those are on dimmer switches, right?
Yeah, can you see that on that ledge? And there's several drops like that throughout this house that have the backlit up against the ceiling too.
That's a really cool architectural detail. So if someone wants to do this in their house on a renovation project, is it lights, LED? What did you, is it a fixture or is it something you custom build?
It's a strip light, it's an LED strip light. And what you can do is it's a real thin light, you mount an electrical driver. It's kind of like a transformer. It takes your normal house voltage and ramps it down to a lower voltage for the LEDs. And you can mount that remotely and then you just run those LED strips up on top of that drop and it just backlights the whole ceiling.
Can a homeowner tell you what they want and then you can kind of design and you can do
absolutely.
that? Now these are on dimmers, right?
They sure are.
So you could dim it.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. Now these 4-inch LEDs, these are really cool. I haven't seen square ones in a while.
Yeah.
These are dimmable too?
They sure are. Here we go. There you ramp them down.
Okay.
You can use them as ambiance lighting as well.
The question I have for you is this expensive, these lights?
The square ones are more expensive than the round one, yes. They're more stylish. They seem to be coming back into style with the new builds we're doing these days. And so they run a little bit more, but they're not egregiously more expensive.
So if someone wants to have a nice architectural detail or a nice finesse touch on the electrical side, they can have this.
And the back side of those is round. So if you have existing light fixtures, recessed lights, you can retrofit with square with no additional
so someone can upgrade if they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed something cool in the bathroom. Let's go take a look at what's in the bathroom. So we're in the master bathroom, and one of the unique features on the electrical side is we have 2 floating vanities, obviously a his and a hers. So Josh, just like you have lighting underneath, and on this one here you have lighting underneath, but you have lighting above.
Yeah.
You know, is that difficult to do?
It is, but we started this on the Broth. So all these were put in when it was just the wood framing of the home. Retrofitting something like this would be much more difficult, not impossible, but you'd probably end up with drywall repairs that would need to be made after the fact. We also have wires sticking out of the drywall here for backlit mirrors. They have not arrived yet, but those will be also a feature of this bathroom.
Let me ask you, this bathroom as you've been doing it right now, it's in the, I would say, finishing stages.
Yes.
So are we like 30 days from
I would say for this whole project, I mean, yeah, we're probably talking a month, maybe a month and a half.
Okay.
If you walk around here, there's still a good amount to do.
Now we have the freestanding tub, okay? And I see the niche below it, and you actually have lights in there.
Yeah, backlit niche as well. So any kind of trinkets or bath products you put in there would be backlit and highlighted as well. And again, it's much easier to do all this wiring when you start from the rough, where it's open framing, no drywall on the walls. Exactly.
If you plan properly, you can have and execute all this.
Yes. And again, if you wanted to remodel and renovate, you can do this after the fact as well. A little more, labor intensive, but it can be done.
So if someone's watching this and they say, "Oh my God, I want to do a tub with a niche like that," and for the electrical part, you could be like, "Yeah, no problem."
100%. Yep.
I mean, it's more difficult, obviously, when you're having existing and you're fishing wires, as opposed to an open floor plan, which makes sense.
And a lot of time when you get an idea like this, you're going to do a remodel, and then everything will be opened up for that project anyway.
Now, on this side here, we'll spin around here. This is the master shower.
Yes.
Really cool, really big.
Yep.
Obviously, really bright.
Yep.
And the same niche. You carried the niche through.
Yep.
So that really was well. Is that hard to do because you have also the porcelain or the marble?
Yeah, again, this would have to obviously be something where it would be extremely difficult to do retroactively because you'd have to cut into the granite or marble or wherever the stone surface is. But if this is planned for, you do a remodel project, then it's easy and it can be cut as they're installed.
Let me ask, these recessed lights, the square ones that you have that are the part of the theme of this.
Yep.
You on the roof just have the wires hanging out of the ceiling.
Yeah.
When they put drywall, then they install the marble on the ceiling. Who cuts the square? Is that you guys?
No, it's the guys that install the granite or the marble.
Okay, so they have to have a template.
Yeah,
to do
and
it right.
they have a template that comes with the light, and they have special drill bits, like a diamond tip drill bit that'll cut a hole in that.
To cut a square, or is that a round hole?
Well, again,
and then
the bottom side of those square lights are round, so you'd still cut a round hole like you would any other normal recessed light. It's just the outer trim is square.
Okay, makes sense.
So like you could retrofit your own at home if they're round and you wanted to go to square.
This is fabulous. All
Yeah.
right, let's go look at some other electrical details.
Let's do it.
So here we are in a back hallway of this custom home. We have marble on the wall that's backlit. Josh, tell me how you had to wire this and what kind of planning's involved to get this done.
The planning takes place prior to the marble being installed. So we had all the measurements taken of the wall dimensions and the marble dimensions. And so we installed the lights with the proper spacing for the maximum light coverage of the back of these marble tiles. And so on the roof, when we installed this, it was no problem. We had everything properly spaced for the proper light spread. And when the marble guys came in,
I have a
they
question.
put it up, and this is what we get.
Let me ask you this. Let's say the light goes out. Is there access?
Yeah, there's access in a closet behind this wall.
Oh, so there is access to get it.
Absolutely.
Okay, just
We
curious.
don't want to have something as intricate as this where we'd have to take a big marble slab down to fix it. So this was pre-planned with access space behind the wall.
This is cool.
So now we're talking about another backlit marble situation in this hall bath. I mean, this is just a bathroom that guests would most likely use in this house. There's no shower or tub. It's just a half bath, but they really went out and went all in on this for the features as well. We have a backlit marble vanity.
That is so cool.
The entire vanity's backlit.
That's so cool. This is the powder room?
Yes, this is the powder room right off the foyer.
Great job. And then in the ceiling, I see you also have that theme of the hidden recessed light.
The backlit drop, yep.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a feature of this home.
Fantastic. So here we are in the great room of this house, and the same architectural details are being carried through. Josh, on the wood up here, how hard was this to do?
Well, again, we've got the same theme, like you said, of a drop ceiling like that. And this was all wood framing.
Sure.
So we were able to put our mounting boxes up the same way we would on any normal ceiling. And when the guys came in to put the finished wood on there, they cut the holes in the locations that we had the mounting brackets for the lights.
I also see, like over here, the ceiling, again, that theme, and then you have a really nice light fixture here.
Wiring and getting the lights on this drop here was very difficult because, as you can notice, we've got the stairwell.
Yeah.
There's no stairs in there yet, or there wasn't at the time. We had to have like 4 layers of scaffolding set up just to wire that drop.
I see that. And then this light fixture right here that you can see, very expensive. How hard is it to install something like that?
Well, you'd
piece by piece?
You'd have to have multiple guys on the job. You'd have to have scaffolding set up again so that you have a nice flat platform to work on with multiple men handling different aspects of the fixture so nothing gets dropped or damaged.
So one last thing as we wrap it up here, if you're watching this and you want to do something like this in your own home, can someone get a hold of you and you can help design and implement and do it in an existing home?
Yes, absolutely, and get the proper contractors in here to get the proper work done for you.
So here we are in the lower level of this custom home. Amazing so far. Josh, you know, this theme of the recessed lights, the cavities, and this whole back area carries through. Was it difficult because you're down below grade in this?
Well, the below grade isn't what makes it difficult. Again, this project started when nothing was built. So we had to use the framing that was open. No drywall, no tile, nothing was on the walls at this point. Clean slate.
Yeah.
So we had the framing, wood framing behind this was already built, and we just ran our wires behind there, centered our lights appropriately, and so when they put the finished marble or granite on there, everything was in place already. So there was no modifications that would need to be made after the fact.
Someone doing a fireplace renovation at home, or they want to do a basement renovation, you could completely apply this and do this for someone at home.
You can have a contractor come in, do any kind of demo you need to your existing features, frame out any kind of extension of your wall and have it built out like a backlight. And you can get the light behind there, washes on the wall behind there, put any kind of cavity in for your TV components, and have that all installed after the granite gets put in.
And I see up here, with these recessed lights, you have the valance with the recessed in there.
Yep. We have the recess up in the ceiling for your main lighting, and then we can even turn those down and have the backlit steps up in there, and that can dim as well for some ambiance at night if you're watching some TV down here.
That's cool. So here we are in the lower level in the mechanical room, and on this side of the house we have a 200 amp panel, and what we always talk about when we have these panels are the labeling of everything, and this is a perfect example of how it should be done.
Yes.
As they finish the electrical, they're labeling everything properly. This is like insanely good.
And if you want to pan in here and take a look at these labels, what we have to do is we have to label them exactly what they are. And that's not just on a house of this scale and this magnitude. They want us to have every circuit labeled, so when you're at your panel, you don't see a label that just says lights and plugs and you have no idea in your house where that is.
That takes a lot of time.
We take a lot of time and effort into getting these labeled properly, so you know exactly what every circuit breaker controls.
Josh, I'm most impressed with the work that you did here. You know, if anybody wants to do electrical work on anything you saw in this custom home, he can do it in your own home. So Josh, if someone wants to get a hold of you, give them the phone number.
The number to get a hold of us is 248-568-0511.
Or just visit hireitdone.com, click on the electrical, and you'll find Josh's information right there.